Hey there, lads and lasses. This, of course, is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States on a Wednesday evening. It is about 8:38 Pacific Standard Time. That can only mean that something went wrong earlier today for my Generation stream. But yeah, we'll be streaming Generations now. We'll be in the Generation 5 survival world. So I did send out the notification earlier today. We had some drivers just mysteriously uninstall themselves. Yeah, so the PCI data acquisition signal programming, signal processing controller, the PCI memory controller, and the SM bus controller all just completely crapped out, along with the audio, the Zoom L12, my board. That thing. The drivers for that, which run the audio for everything, just all went away. So I had to go and reinstall all of those things. It wasn't hard to do, but it certainly wasn't what I was looking forward to doing, like right at the outset of the stream. And of course, I used ChatGPT as my co-pilot to shepherd me through that process and stuff. But we got it up and running. So we figured out what the issue was, reinstalled some of the chipset drivers, those chipset drivers and stuff. So they're rock solid now. And in fact, now that I look at those caused a USB flash drive failure early a few months back. So, and I wasn't aware of that at the time. So it's cool that I was able to fix that now. So we have nice, stable USB ports and hubs and stuff now. So, hey, welcome on in, Armageddon. Wow, see, I can't talk because it's late at night and I'm tired. Arma, welcome in. And Bo-Cars, welcome in, Bo. You should see the auto shout out there for Bo. All right. That being said, let's see if we can get anything done in Generation 5 survival. I'm pretty wiped out, but let's see if we can get a couple of neurons to fire. There we go. I think that's a little better for the audio. Okay. Now since I've reinstalled I've uninstalled and reinstalled all of the Zoom L12's drivers. Now I'm going to have to go through each of the applications that use that and reset all of those settings. Not looking forward to that. Wait, you have more than one? No fair. Okay, let's do this. Also, it's the beginning of the stream. Yeah, it's only 3:40 Thursday afternoon here. From the future. We also, since it is the month of November, we have a new redeem.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
So that's available for 1,000 channel points. Again, I always feel like, that's enough to reward the steady viewers, but still within reach of some of the newer viewers. So my older son, who's pursuing his electrical engineering degree right now, he and I came up with that redeem because we cite that one a lot, especially when we're doing Redstone. So that's a good one for Redstone. So Baby Zombie Rush streams, I expect that one to get quite a bit of use. But this, we are in survival world today, and I pretty much have the...
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick all out of bubblegum.
And I'm all out of bubblegum. Viewers, you may remember or recall me saying that that's, I'm a retired math teacher. And the first day of math class each school year, that's how I would start that off. I have come here to chew bubblegum and teach math. And I'm all out of bubblegum. But back to this. So I pretty much have the shape of the roof sketched out the way I want it. And yeah, I think we're going to go with this. So what I want to try to do today is lay down some copper. So before I was starting to, in some of the earlier versions of this roof, I was using the tough blocks, but the whole plan originally was to make a copper roof. So that's what I'm going to do. It's copper. It's copper. It's totally copper. Totally copper roof. Except for the column of that Byzantine dome up top there. We may wind up doing a little bit of, I don't know what material that's going to be yet, but we'll see. And of course, the faces of these will have different materials and stuff. But I figured today we can at least work on the copper roof and see if we can get as much of that in as possible. I think the dome's going to be the easiest part. Maybe. So we'll try that first. But I guess we're going to do a little bit of sleeping, so let's go do that. I'm on the first floor. There we go. Gold would go nice with the green copper. Some gold accents might not be a bad thing. That might not be bad. I think you're onto something there, Arma. So my plan with the roof is just to sketch the whole thing out in copper first, then add accents, and then various levels of oxidation. I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about it. Now that means we're going to need stone cutter, definitely, and oh so much copper. If we wind up not having enough copper, we may have to go strip out a, the things there. Trial chamber. There we go. We'll get all of this stuff in the same kind of state first. That means we're going to whack it with the axe, right? Now I'm on 1.21.6. Yeah, there we go. So I still have a ways to go here. Buffooncraft is currently at 1.21.10 right now. So I'm wondering, usually I like to keep Generations and Buffooncraft somewhat aligned. It just makes it a little easier for me mentally to deal with both of them, switching back and forth. And again, I'm just gonna go and set all of these out there at pretty much the same level of oxidation. And then we're gonna need various slabs and stairs and blocks. I should just use blocks, because sometimes I think things get a little wiggly-niggly too much when I start trying to smooth things out with stairs and slabs, and it just takes forever. So I'm thinking, let's lay out the entire thing with the blocks first. And then we'll go back and we'll try to sub in some stairs and slabs to try to make a little bit better articulated arches and things like that, right? Make smoother transitions between those kinds of things. Cut copper slab. Good, we're going to need quite a bit more of those. And we really don't, we're not really packing that much in the way of copper. So who knows, this stream, it might wind up being us just nuking a trial chamber and just cleaning it right out just to get the copper. That might be a thing. That might totally be a thing. Might absolutely 100% be a thing. Let's see. Let's take a look downstairs at the furnace first. See if I have any copper in here. I probably don't. Now I had gone through, we'll also check out the drone farm too, but I had gone through a lot of trouble to build a massive drone farm, but the yield for the copper is so abysmally low. Okay, question, does them calling 1.21.10 not drive the math side of you crazy? That's technically the same as, yeah. Or actually the other way around, right, Bohm? 1.21.01. There's that way to look at it too, depending on how you want to place your digits. But you know, I'll bet you that they never thought that they would get up to 2 digits on the end. That never occurred to them. So that should be a sign that something is wrong. Mo Yang. Mo Yang. When there's confusion between 1.21.1 and 1.21.10, yeah. Yes, they could have just gone with 11. But it's happened once before. Bo, I think something's wrong there. I think that's a sign. Well, I guess we get a little bit, right? I think I pretty much cleaned this place out, though. Now, I think the yield for this, was it 7% or 17%? I think it's 17%. So you have a 17% chance of our friends here dropping a copper ingot. But you also have to remember that that's 17% on average. So that doesn't mean every 100 of these that we kill will get 17 ingots. That doesn't mean that. That means, on average, every group of 100 that we kill will average 17%. So sometimes we'll get a little more than 17%, but sometimes we'll get less. So that's a really low yield of copper ingots. So even though that this drown farm absolutely kicks butt, the 17% is just way too low. Those used to be great farms, RIP. Yeah. This one really cranks too. And it's just fun to watch too. It's just cool because this is an open water stream. So we did the water source flowing effect. Right, there's not many coming up now because we're not at the AFK spot. We're a little bit below it. But this column will fill right up with drones. It's so cool when you see them all shooting to the top. It's extremely dangerous to fly around like this because the Trident chuckers will nail you right out of the sky. But also, now that I have the collection system in place, they get transported to the top so fast that they don't really get a chance to accumulate in the water stream that much. So, but this thing is just incredible to watch. But like I said, you know, the copper, the yield for this is so low that, you know, even though I'm getting tons of drowns in it, yeah, I mean, the chamber's already full. We've only been here a few minutes, right? I mean, it's a pretty good XP farm. It just doesn't really produce a lot of copper. So the best way to do this is really to strip out a trial chamber is really good. And not just that, but to still mining is really fast. Mining copper is really quick. It's actually quicker than this, which is sad. Okay, so where am I here? Facing south. I'm trying to think of where that trial chamber is. I mean, I could just get coordinates for it, right? Because I wonder if it's over. Is it in the north or is it in the south? I think I ought to just land someplace and do a little sleeping. Right amongst these horses. How's that? Hey there, fellas. So as far as updating generations, I think I'm going to wait till 1.11. 1.11. 1.20, 1.11. I might. It depends. For example, when is that scheduled to drop? Yeah. Official release date has not been announced. You know, it would be fun if it were right around New Year's. If it was somewhere in January, I might wait until then. But if it's too far past January, I think I'll just update to 1.20, 1.10. Let's see. Is it just straight up trial chamber? Oh no, trial chamber is a structure. Thunder, please. See, it's been one of those kind of days. There we go. 60, let's say 1700 and negative 300. That's close enough. That's decreasing. It's increasing in this direction. And then, what did we say? Negative, negative. Yeah, it's in the north. I'm staying in 1.21.1 till the next major mod packs release. Tired of all the stuff they've been releasing the past several updates. Yeah. Yeah, keeping up with the mods is... And you use a lot of mods, so... Hey, what do you think about them ditching the obscurity? Obfuscation. I mean, on the one hand, it's cool. You don't have to decode the code. But on the other hand, you know, you can imagine there's going to be a... I think we're over this way. Oh, positive 1700, negative 300. Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, because it's going to take a while for the mod makers to... It's great. They've made so much even easier. Less hoops to jump. Yeah, of course, right? Because now you can just code. You don't have to decode and then code. Now, I haven't done a lot of that myself, but from what I understand, there would be like Rosetta Stone kind of libraries that you would have to create, right? Oh, did I somehow pass it? Oh, wow. Is there a trial chamber here? That I did not know. Oh, well, I don't want to do this one. I don't want to take out this trial chamber because that's a pristine one. We need to go back this way. Yeah, there's one that I've already cleared, and so I don't mind stripping all the copper out of that one because I'll use that one as a farm. So you know, Bo, I really should get into modding a little bit. The thing is, there's nobody around here that teaches adults. They just teach kids. And you know, I've tried to like work with video series and stuff like that. But I don't know. Most of them are just like really outdated, or they're just really hard to follow. They already give so much compared to other games, but Minecraft is its own thing. Yeah. For better or worse, it's its own thing, right? I don't know. I'm thinking compared to most games, though, I get the impression that it's easier to mod than most games. Like back in the day when I used to play Half-Life, I did a little bit of modding in Half-Life, and modding of Half-Life wasn't that bad for its time and stuff. And I didn't do a lot of it, mind you. Of course, it's abominable to try to think of the way that was done then compared to now, but I made a deal with the teacher of one of those schools that in return I taught them Axiom, but then I moved. Oh. See, you know, I try to do that here because we have a franchise here called ID Tech, And I don't know if they're nationwide or not, but I know they're very prevalent here. And my sons have taken many, many Minecraft programming classes from them. And Kachi takes Unity classes from them and Roblox Studio classes from them with Lua. And so I've tried to pull their teachers aside and say, hey, you know, how about teaching me on the side? You know, I'll pay you to do it. But, and they're like, nah, I couldn't possibly do that. I'm like, why not? I'm not asking you to do it for free. I'll pay you. Let me see. I should have some shulkers on me, right? I want to bring a shulker with me and just fill it up with copper. There might be some up there on the landing. If not, we'll just empty out one of these and transfer some items. And, yeah, like let's distribute this dirt back into one of these others. See if we can fit it into some of these. Or if I had a chest. Oh, wow, we've already got tons of copper in this one. We've got so much copper. I don't know how I missed this, but let's just move this one. Right next to the stone cutter, because we're going to be doing a lot of that. Okay, how do we get the cut copper? Just like that, huh? It's pretty much 1-to-1. And again, I'm just going to do the whole thing with the cut copper blocks. And then I'll work on details and stuff like that. Oh, is it really 9 for these? Wow. Oh my God, copper's so expensive. Ugh. Yeah, so let's get rid of some of these other blocks here. I think we're all set here. Yeah, let's do this. I like it. I like it. A little more of the cut. We've got some wax stuff. We've got some wax oxidizer stuff. All right, let's put what we have here in place right now. Yeah, that's one thing about being an old person is, you know, it's really hard to get courses and stuff to teach older folks things. Everything's like for kids, and it's like, yeah, you know, that's nice. But like, there's some music workshop programs that my son's involved in, and it's like, man, I would like to do those myself. But no old people allowed. Oh, we need a little bit of dirt. Just for like bridging up and stuff, pillaring up. I do need a little bit of dirt. Not a lot. A little bit. Okay, we're good. But you know what's been filling the void? Even though I can't get folks to help me out, ChatGPT has been great. I've been able to accomplish quite a bit with the OpenAI. All right, let's see if I can do this a little bit better here with just my left hand like that. Already that's a fail. Probably just gonna go right around this. You know, this might be a job for Gaston, actually. I just don't know if I can get in there close enough. This might be a job for Gaston. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Good. We almost didn't make it. Okay, we got to do this just right. We got to be just... There we go. We got it. Good. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough on this. Part of the problem with the Happy Ghast is that. The edge of the Happy Ghast gets in the way, and you can't place blocks below you, and that makes things a little hard. Now, texture-wise, I may wind up just using the copper blocks here. I might switch those out, but, you know, just for the sake of progress, I'm thinking that's why I should just do the whole thing in the cut copper first, and then pull back, and then start tweaking, right? I think that's the best way to go. That should help cut down like the indecision, the floundering in indecision. The Buffooncraft server has been seeing a lot of activity. Oh my god. We got a big spike in activity from the Halloween event, from our newest buffoon, Dora, joining the server. And, of course, no sooner did Halloween conclude than the Christmas builds kicked right off. And so there's a lot of activity on the server. Dora has been putting in some serious, very buffoon-like hours on the server, and wow, so far the Christmas builds, I think we're only at about 2 Christmas builds right now, going on about maybe 3 in our new Christmas area for the 2025 Christmas area. The 2024 Christmas area is still intact. But we're at 2 builds so far, and they're just amazing. They're just amazing. Now myself, I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to do for a Christmas build. I have some ideas. So far, the early favorite is going to involve breaking a lot of bedrock. Just saying. I'm just saying. So in the past, we have done Christmas areas, and we've had like Christmas roller coasters, and we've had roller coaster contests where each of us have built our own roller coaster or Christmas kind of build. This year, we're not doing that kind of stuff, really. This year, we're doing more of just like collaborative builds. Like Cheska built something and Flying Villager contributed a lot to that. I contributed a little bit to it. And then Dora built a really cool build, a super cool build. I helped out with that a very little bit, but I think some of the other buffoons helped out a little bit too. And so, you know, even though like it's mostly Cheska's build or mostly Dora's build, you know, we've been building these things together really for the most part. And I think that trend is going to continue. So Nebs has been building the main Christmas tree in the area. So we have a lot to show you on Friday. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. All right, these ones are going to be, well, I don't know. They won't be that bad to place. There's going to be a little bit of jankiness, but not that bad. Because we need to right-click with a shovel, right? And that's going to be stupid. Because that's going to happen. Gaston's such a good boy. He's making this so much easier. Also, I've been doing a little bit more work on my base in Minecraft, or at least in Minecraft, in Buffooncraft. Because during Halloween, we did a tour of the server and everybody's builds, and I'm very, very far behind on my build. And it was sad. And I didn't like that. So I really need to get some work done on my build, you know what I'm saying? So the last week or so, I've been paying a little more attention, giving that a little more attention over there. Because I want to just finish up my sea giant over there, and then I want to work on the island. Making it look really slick. Making it look like a Buffooncraft level build, because it does not right now. I mean, I've definitely built some cool things on my Mushroom Island there, but yeah, they're not where I want them to be, and yeah, I need to do that. Now, this feature, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. We'll see. All right. Now, I know how noobish this looks with just all the same block like that and stuff. Just let's just go with that for now. All right, now we need to do copper for all of this. And not really sure how the best way to go about that is. Top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right. I guess the best way to do it is just to start whacking. Arma's got me thinking about that. Those gold accents. I'm going to try to work those in somehow, because I think you have a point there against the green patina of the copper. So I'm thinking what I should do here is like do the outside bits that are going to be hard to get, and then I could just stand on it and do the other ones, right? But it looks like we're going to have to take a break pretty soon. This, I don't know if I'm going to do this in copper or not. I think I probably should. But I think we're going to have to park and sleep. Let's chain you up. Now, there's a mod for the ghasts where you can use a horn to call the ghast over to you, which I cannot tell you how badly we need this. If you're using the happy ghasts to try to build like I am, we're so desperately in need of that mod. So the thing is, we already have a lot of mods on Buffooncraft. I feel a little apprehensive about asking Nova to install yet one more mod because that's just all the more mods we're going to have to update and fix when they break and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to install it on Generations first, and then I'll use it a little bit on Generations first, and then I'll let Nova have a look at it and see what he thinks about it, and see if it's worth installing on Buffooncraft as well. Oh, all of this stuff is waxed already. There we go. That'll keep the inventory full for a little bit. Come here, buddy. Got it. Nice. Yeah, so let's just get these edges first. I think it would be easier if I did this that away. We'll go put this over here. Hey, there's number one, son. Come on in, biggity cheese. Did I make the wax chiseled copper instead? Ark. Baba. And I made a lot of it too. I am not pleased with myself. Biggity, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you'll like our new redeem. It's the redeem of which we had spoken. Biggie's going to be coming home pretty soon. Is it one more week, son? I know Biggity's probably doing his homework assignments right now. Yeah, we gotta fix this right over here. This needs to be like that. And then we do this, this, and this. Good, good. And then I suppose I could just go right down through here. I probably don't need to, but and again, I'm just trying to get this edge stuff while I'm floating in the air. So fancy and carefree. Yep, next Friday. It's gonna be nice to have another man in the house. That's all I'm saying. That's how I feel whenever Biggie's home. Gotchi's getting there, but he's not there yet. And again, I may, I'm certainly going to put edge details on all of these and mix up the textures of the blocks and stuff, but right now I just want to get it all in copper first. There's Tone. Well, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I had some driver issues earlier when I tried to stream at my normal time, noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesdays for Generations. Yeah, and so I had some critical chipset drivers uninstall themselves, and so I had no audio and several other things too. I don't know why that happened, but it did. So I just called upon my faithful assistant, ChatGPT, and I went in there and sussed it out, and then got the new drivers, got them all installed. But then one of the other drivers, it wasn't just the chipset drivers for the USB hubs and buses and PCIs and stuff. It was. It also took out the Zoom audio board drivers. That thing that I put all the audio, control all the audio through. Yeah, it completely nuked those drivers as well. So I couldn't do the stream at all. I didn't have any audio, so. So I spent a little while putting those back in, but then, it got to be time for the road trip to go bring Kachi back from school, and then there was dinner and all of that, and so. I use Driver Easy. Yeah, that's particularly good for cleaning out the other drivers, right? And all the other associated files. Like the old drivers before you want to install new ones in, yeah. Thankfully, this was easy to do. It was a little time consuming only because I didn't, I didn't already know how to do it exactly. And there was a little troubleshooting involved to try to figure out which drivers it was and stuff. But it wasn't hard. It just took a little bit of time. Hawk. Got it. Nice. I just used it to replace them. Yes. Manual installation is so fiddly. Well, yeah, it can be. Thankfully, the manual installation for these, there was only like 4 drivers, and they were pretty easy to find and pretty easy to do, right? Like you could do them all from the Windows environment, and you had to reboot in between each one, but it wasn't that bad. Talking about dinner, it's time for me to start thinking what I want. Scan your PC, installs all you want. Yes. Come on. Down you go, buddy. All right, let's pull on back. All right, I'm already starting to get the vibe, especially with the copper dome. The copper against the diorite and the basalt with the, yeah. Yep. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And let me see, how am I doing for time? I'm almost at time for the ad break. Not quite. Not quite. See where we went with a little bit of copper here. Since this is all going to be copper now, I may swap that out. We'll see. You know, I think things like copper, you should be able to resmelt them. Like, I accidentally made all that chiseled copper when I wanted to cut copper. I think I should be able to put that back in the blast furnace and reset it to copper blocks or at least ingots. I think I should be able to do that. There's still a consequence for messing up, right? It's the time, right? So I don't think it would be too overpowered. I think we're going to have to do a little bit of sleeping here. In fact, I know we will. All right, now see, I think for the rest of this, I can just do the rest of this on foot. Pretty much. Gaston! What the? Yeah, he's good. Okay. Oh, is it with me? Yes. Of course it is. Oh, I'm stuck with it. Thank God I didn't make too much of it. Okay, now careful, Thunder. Careful. Not that. This. Waxed cut copper. That's what it says, right? I'm not losing my mind. Oh, we got a 4-to-1 on that. That's nice. Okay, that should be plenty. Now, how to get up there? Oh, we have rockets. We're not on Buffooncraft. We're on Generations. We can fly up there. Yeah, already this is looking pretty good. And let's see, let's keep going at the same pace. We're going to do something like this, and we're just going to make sure that we can do outlines. All right, so we can maintain the shapes because my short-term memory is that bad. That's how bad it is. Cool. Where did you just drop? Oh, I see you. Right in the noggin. Ugh, it looks like I have a little bit of moderation to do here. Excuse me. Okay, it looks like we're already at time for our ad break, so let us do that. I will run 3 minutes of ads, and I will be right back. Welcome back. All right. A little bit of an adjustment there. Okay. We're now in standing mode. And yeah, let's finish sketching this out, shall we? Then once I get this outlined, then I can just plow the rest of this stuff right in here. I don't have to be so precise. So I'm thinking... Good. Like that, and I'm just going to outline this first level like this. Yeah, okay. Got it. Great. So, Hermitcraft Season 11 has started already. I don't know, it seems like 10 just ended. But particularly noteworthy was their choice to start in the Nether. So, survival, early game survival, and they're starting in the Nether, and they need to escape the Nether, which I thought was a really cool idea. And of course, they had to spawn in a Crimson Forest. Hoglins everywhere. Okay, now see, this is good because I feel we can just peel out this dirt in place now, all right? We just do this in sections like so. And then we could just place right up against the copper and we won't have any of that path block nonsense to deal with. Let's do that and that. What mod is that? Which mod? Somebody threw me a bone here, people. Oh, as far as the hermits spawning in the Nether? Yeah, yeah. I think that's actually a game setting that. Of course, it's at dev level, but I think that's an actual game setting. Bo might know a little bit more about that than me, but. But I think you can set where to spawn, Tom. Like you could spawn in the end if you wanted to, which would be, wow. No, I don't. It's almost, it's vanilla. Because it's Hermitcraft, so. So it's their vanilla with their mostly vanilla mods, right, that they put in there. It's a lot like we do Buffooncraft. But I think you can set, when you're setting up the server for the survival, where you spawn, I believe, is one of the settings. Yeah, and of course, if you think about it, even in survival, right? You can. So what would you do in survival, right? Well, you need to get a hold of some obsidian. You could trade with piglins, so that means you need to get some gold, right? Trade with the piglins, get the obsidian, get a fire charge. Light the portal and get through. Of course, it sounds simple when you say it like that, but once you get the gold, the piglins are going to attack you. In fact, they're going to attack you anyway because you're spawning in there and you don't have any gold gear. Yeah. Watch some of the episodes. They're funny. Like just trying to get food. Like they're killing the hoglins, so they have plenty of pork, but they don't have any means to cook it. So they're trying to get a hold of some blackstone, right? So they can build a furnace. Putting the warped wood in for fuel, right? It's cool. It's cool. Cleaning up my mess here. Picking up after myself like a good boy. Or an adult, if that's the way you want to think about it. That's the way I think about it. Just being a man, cleaning up after myself here. Yeah, let's do the sleeping thing. And I was thinking maybe I should reset the end here in Generations. And do something a little better than I did with the End Isle, that I started with the End Island. Yeah, seeing Buffooncraft for Season 4 like that. We were recently pulling up some of the screenshots from Nova and Villager's End build. It's so shocking. I mean, the level of talent there is just insane. And it's like, you know, I really need to come up with something cool. I don't know if I'll be able to match that. In fact, I know I won't be able to. But I should be able to come up with something pretty cool for the end. Now that Forever Worlds have become a thing. I was doing Forever Worlds before it was cool. But, yeah. Now I look at this place a little bit differently. Just a little bit. Yeah, so instead of, you know, limited hardcore worlds, you know, you just keep your world. You just, yeah, keep your single player world. Like I've been doing, you know, I started this world in 2020. It says this is 5 years old. It doesn't look it, but. And for quite some time, I was agonizing over whether I should start a new world or not. But I just like this one so much that I just finally just drew the conclusion. It's like I should just stay in this one. Like, why would I change it? I like it. This is the best map I've ever played on. And there's just so much to do, you know. I never run out of stuff to do. So there's really no point in starting a new world. What am I just gonna like build this stuff all over again? You know, it's already here. So then that's when shortly thereafter the content creators started calling these kind of worlds Forever Worlds. In fact, I think that just started this year. I have World on my Xbox, rarely used. I think I started in 2007 or something. I know so little back then. Makes sense, yeah. It's funny because I also started on Xbox. I don't know if you started there or not, Tone, but I certainly did. With my older son Biggity there. We started Minecraft on the Xbox 360. And then almost immediately went over to Java on the PC. Yep, good memories on the Xbox. That's right, Biggie. I played it on PC with no mobs. Was a free trial, and then I got it on Xbox to play with nephews. Yeah. In fact, on the Xbox back in those days, which was right around 2013, I think it was. Fuck. I remember the squids were hostile. At night they were. So if you were in the water at night and there were squids around, they would attack you. And then our first Java world, which was Generation 1. I think I started that in November of 2013. And Biggie and I played that one on easy mode for a long time before we switched over to hard mode. And we just wound up switching over to hard mode just because, you know, I wanted to do the farms. I wanted to start the farms. I started on PC like 2 months after release. Wow. Arma's the OG, everyone. Yeah, Biggie, those were some good times, man. And I still have those worlds, too. The only world I don't have, I have Generation 1. I have both versions of Generation 2. So Generation 2.1, 2.2, or 2A and 2B. The only one I don't have is Generation 3. And I don't know how I lost that. Because I'm very, very good at backing stuff up. But I can't find Generation 3 for the life of me, and I'm crushed. Because Generation 3 was hilarious. And I still have Generation 4, and this is Generation 5. I mean, when it first came out, it was just mining blocks and building, so I am no good at building. It wasn't fun for me. Well, I can see that. Cobblestone and dirt. And ooh, look, I have glass. Yeah, I remember my treehouse obsession, yeah. I also vividly remembered the sweepery walls around your builds. Yeah. We were really worried about the pillager update with the pillager raids. And so we had our little spawn town of Sweetberry. And we spent so much time fortifying that thing. Yeah, Generation 3 with the Sweetberry Town was hilarious. It had its own lore with the weird characters with the goofy names and stuff. It was so funny. It had some really slick builds in it too. Biggie, you built that underwater facility there in the bay and the harbor out there. I remember that. I stopped playing with Lego before I was 6 because I had no imagination to build anything. Tone. My first ever home in Minecraft was just a hole in the ground. Build it just to keep me safe from the mobs. Arma, I think that's everybody's first build. I still remember spawning into Generation 1 for the first time. Yes, I also loved underwater builds. What were your horses named? Oh yeah. Well, it depends on what the theme was. For Generation 3, I think for Generation 3, I was still naming them after the beer, the ale and the stout. So yeah, there was Guinness, there was McEwen's, there was Bellhaven, right? I remember you had a horse named Go-Go Squeeze, but I wasn't sure if that was Generation 3 or Generation 4. Seriously, my Lego building was about 4 little pieces of Lego made into little spaceships. Oh, everybody built spaceships, dude. That's why Benny was my second favorite character in Lego Movie. Benny was hilarious. That first Lego Movie was a masterpiece. They knocked it out of the park. Hawk. Why do you keep making mud path blocks? Because when I dig the dirt block with the shovel, I then have to right-click to place the copper, but it automatically, think about it, I'm right-clicking, I have the shovel in my hand, so it makes the path block whether I want it to or not, right? So it's just a consequence of having the shovel in my right hand, but also needing to right-click to place the copper blocks that are in my left hand, and it inadvertently makes the path block. Yeah, it's annoying. I watched Now You See Me, Now You Don't today. That was really good. Miggity, I need to watch it. So nostalgic. Yeah, we should do that. All right, how am I doing here? Let's restock the inventory, shall we? We'll do a little bit of that. Keep a little bit of dirt with us. Let's just get rid of that for now. And so much more to do. Let's go with that for right now. I think that should be enough. Plus, we can pull away and get ourselves a look here. Yeah, see, I'm already liking it. I mean, even as crudely sketched out as it is, I'm already liking it. I like the copper color against the diorite and the basalt. Yeah, I'm already liking it. And then to have this in various stages of oxidation is going to be really cool. And then, you know, switching out blocks for texturing and things like that. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I think we're onto something here. Here we go. Same thing over here. Yeah, Biggity and I had a lot of adventures on that first generation one. Back then I used to play a different style. I was really into like exploration and colonization, which is a little not quite so ironic being an American, but we would explore the world and then build bases at key points throughout the world, like little bases, like resupply bases and stuff, and just go and explore the world and then build roads all out to them and stuff, and fortify the villages and stuff. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Lots of peaceful nights just out in the middle of nowhere, just fishing. Let's do this actually. Put that one there. Then we can just go straight across, I think. Yeah. What are we doing for time here? Oh, I'm doing good, actually. I have about 33 minutes left. That's a lot of time. Great. Let's survey our progress. Okay, we have that section right there to do, huh? head on back this way a little bit. Done. Thusly. There we go. Go set this area in. Then we'll fly another little circuit around and we'll have a look. Okay, entirely copper. Nice. Okay, it's already starting to oxidize a little bit. Oh, we've got... Am I missing a couple of pieces right there? Really? Okay, I guess I have these bits on the inside here to do, right? Over to here. Quite a few of these blocks I may wind up eventually replacing them, right? But for now, this is good. Clean up my mess. And we'll get up on this other ledge here, and then we'll touch up some of those, and then we'll touch up the middle. Okay, we're good here. I like these landing areas here, and it kind of looks a little bit like a hangar. I was really in a twist about that for quite some time, but it seems to have worked out, at least sketched out in dirt. It looks good, so. Yeah, there we go. All right, we need to be on the other side of this. Okay, cool. All right, so we just need to touch up that stuff. As far as the interior of this goes, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that works out. I'm going to at least replace these in the corners like that. So let's do that. Maybe just pillar up like this. I can reach everything there, and then right. Okay. Okay, cool. I do think at some point I'm going to have to strip down that trial chamber. All right, let us do the sleeping thing. Ah, bed. Let's see, right here. Okay, kind of cool. I'm liking it. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Now, this won't be open. This will have some face applied to it. I just don't know what at this time. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, I'm going to put some diorite and calcite right into that for now. Hey, dude. I wasn't trying to do that, but... I may have to go fetch that stuff. But see, that's exactly what I want to be able to do, is just coast right in on here to make the coolest of landings. Okay, I think we can do away with the copper for a little while. And let's see, diorite, calcite. I think we're going to have to go fetch some. Yeah, but we won't need a lot, though. And of course, that means going through the chest monsters first, because the idea is to clean these things up, right? Wow. You have enough diorite there, Thunder? Any calcite? I think not. A little bit. Let us do something like this, perhaps. And we got a little more diorite. We can clean out some of these chest monsters. Great. I probably have some down at the Amethyst farm where I was left over from where I carved it out in the first place. So there's probably quite a bit of that. But let's clear these out first. Let me see. So I'm good there. Let's check out these ones. Wow. I think we're good. And let me see. Now, I want to try to do something with glass here in the middle. Maybe I'll try that right now. I'm not really certain. So let's just do something like this. And then I'm thinking maybe... Really? Hands? Really? Stop that now. Stop it. something like this, and then I'm thinking the glass panes on the inside will have some sort of lighting in there, and you know. Now this side, oh, we're only gonna, oh, yeah, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool. So let's go right around the perimeter because I know these ones down here are gonna be all diorite. I'm not going for a strict gradient here, but I'm trying to do that a little bit. I'm thinking a little bit of a shadow on the bottom, a little bit of a shadow under this eave here, right? Fuck. Well, something like that. Okay, we could do that, we could do that. Okay, we're cool. Okay, not too bad, too bad. All right. And then I'm thinking we do the black glass panes here. And of course, some sort of light source on the inside would be cool, right? But I know the glass can be set in there right now. Question is, do I have any? Let's see. Do I have any chests in the old basic kit here? Of course I do. Because we need some, like, junk chests here. Because inventory is getting to be an issue. As is to be the case in Minecraft. Right. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to do that. Good. I'm digging it. See, that already looks kind of cool. I think this might be copper. But already just looking up into that is fun. I like it. Let's do this trim in copper for right now. We may wind up changing it later. Okay, great. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some accented edge around that because that just made it look jankier. I should have left it dirt, but okay, let's see. I think I have some black glass. Yeah. Yeah, check this out. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll do the sleeping thing, and then we'll pull back and have a butcher. Ah. Now that dirt spire on the top, that's not going to be there. But something will be there. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. But I am very pleased at how the coloring worked out. I think we have just the right balance as far as proportions go. Yeah, look at that thing, man. That looks so cool. Yeah, look at that, man. I really, really like that. And then let's take a look at it from street level. Yeah, this looks very cool. This looks very, very cool. Yep, I like it. Okay, again, I am not certain what I'm going to do to fill in those arches, but they are definitely going to be filled in. So I'm thinking I should spend the remaining amount of time just sketching that in with dirt so we can get something solid there. That way we can see what it's going to be shaped like. And I think Gaston can help us out with that a lot. Let's go, buddy. So I'm thinking, and again, I don't know what kind of blocks I'm going to use for this, but I'm thinking of having it recessed like that. And my instinct is to not use too much glass here. But I don't know. I think I'm going to wind up using glass. But I just want to blank it off right now and have a look at the shape of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not there. Hands. Thank you. Yeah, not there either. Okay. Let's just get the hands under control here. I'm already thinking of some sort of circular graphic in the middle here with some sort of design. Yeah, right? Sketch out design in relief, right? Yeah, we got to do something there. Maybe even a Greek or a Romanesque kind of thing, right? With armor stands or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm getting the feeling that this should be solid. There shouldn't be any glass in this part. We'll go fill in the other one, and then we'll look at, try to take in what kind of space that's going to make in the interior. Yeah, this is all for you guys. You better show some appreciation. They won't. Took you long enough. They've only been living in cobblestone boxes, exposed to the elements for 5 years. Cool. We can pull back to here. Have ourselves a look. Now see, we can start putting in little details, like maybe at the bottom of this, and maybe even at the top, we would put stairs in there, or maybe slabs to make a better transition, or maybe not, you know, but that stuff, that's the next stage, right? All right, let's lash up our friend here. We'll go inside, we'll take a look at the interior. Yeah, I like this. I like this so much. I like the space that this has created. Look at this. In fact, the interior might make the best. Might make the best thumbnail for this stream. Especially if I can get Gaston flying past the you can see him like right past just next to my right arm there. Fly. Yeah, there he is. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like the space that this is making on the interior here. It's very, very cool. Now, the thing of this is bedrooms, because that's ultimately what this is. This is their getting it on place. You know what I mean? So these are their apartments. So it's not going to be quite so big and open. I'm thinking just initially open right down the middle like this. And then a couple of apartments here, a couple of apartments there, there, and there. And then like the common amenities and stuff are all like right down the center. Yeah, maybe something like that. You can picture maybe a bed along each one of these columns like this with some we'll hang some banners as curtains, right? I think that would be cool. And maybe we'll only have glass in the two middle sections here and maybe not on the bottom like that. So that'll help break things up quite a bit, I'm thinking. I mean, it's one thing to create, a nice, really cool, big open space at the top here like this. But then to think of this, it's like, oh, yeah, these are apartments actually for these guys. Right. Did I do that again? Come here, buddy. Yeah, I have to install this mod where I can just blow the horn and this guy will fly right on up to me. Come here, pal. Come on. Oh, look, I got a snowball. I got a snowball right here. Yeah. No. All right. What? How did I not land that? There. Okay, that's better. Total skill issue. All right, I think I'm going to head out to sea right here, and I'll go for the next thumbnail, and that'll be it. And then I think we're at time to wrap up. Yeah. No, we have to come out quite a ways. Maybe down a little. I'm still salty that I made the jump from shut platform on the VIPCS and put the water down, but he hadn't got the bedrock right, and I didn't get the achievement. Ugh! Speaking of falling great heights and bedrock and whatnot, wait till season 7. Nebula and I have plans for season 7, and they're going to be very, very cool. I might get sort of like a little preview of it in now here in season 6. So I'm going to try it out like small scale in season 6 here, with just kind of like a test run, and then if successful enough, then go full blown for season 7. Yes, I'm already thinking about season 7. Season 7 is going to be hard. It's going to be a grind. Oh dear. Okay, with that, let's wrap things up here. I am not going to raid out. It is 10:30 at night here. I'm going to wrap things up. Very well. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. It was cool having you guys hang out. You guys. It was having everybody hang out. That's very, very cool. Just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday, usually from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, when all of our drivers are intact. Our next stream will be Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. That will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. And the stream after that should be Sunday 4 to 6. Should be Kachi time, but Kachi's foregone the last 3 streams. And I don't know if he's going to be up for a stream on Sunday. Maybe, maybe not. But look for the going live notification, and who knows, maybe he'll want to stream. Good night, bye. Good night, Biggie. Love you, son. And everybody enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon, wherever you happen to be. We'll join you again next time. Bye for now, everyone.